Hey everyone, this is Dylan, and today I'll be doing a movie review for you guys. So the movie I'm reviewing today is Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning. Welcome to day 6 of the 31 Days of Halloween. So the Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning is the prequel to the 2003 Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. And this basically follows the origin story of Tommy Hewitt and the entire Hewitt family. And it's an interesting movie, we'll give it that. I'll get into that a little bit later, but let's now get into the synopsis. So, we basically start with the birth of Tommy Hewitt, who is born in a meatpacking plant to a mother who I assume probably would have been on I Didn't Know I Was Pregnant. And basically, the baby comes out and is deformed, so they throw it in the dumpster. And here comes this woman who is dumpster diving and finds little Tommy Hewitt and is like, I'm gonna take it home and this is gonna be my kid. And that's how we get the formation of the now Hewitt family. And then we fast forward to July of 1969. And we meet a group of 4 probably early 20-something-year-olds. We have brothers Eric and Dean, and their girlfriends, Chrissy and Bailey. Dean's been drafted into the Vietnam War, and seems like Eric's already been there, and he is specifically going back so he can go back with Dean. What Eric doesn't know is that Dean and Bailey are trying to be draft dodgers and head down to Mexico so they don't have to go to the war. He doesn't want to go, but Eric is all gung-ho about it. So in the middle of this drive, Dean is like, hey, I'm just going to burn my draft card. And when Eric realizes what he's doing, he gets into an argument with him, and all while that is happening, we have a biker woman who is driving up alongside of them and has her gun out trying to rob them. And when Eric is trying to figure out what's going to happen, he hits a cow that's in the middle of the road and they all crash. Shortly after that happens, we have Sheriff Hoyt, who is from the 2003 remake. He comes and is like, hey, what's going on? And he shoots dead the biker woman, and that should have been the first alarm to know that something was not right with the sheriff. But they all comply, and he happens to find the burnt draft card. And he's like, there's not a fire at this accident. Who's burning their draft card? Who is Dean? And Eric ends up speaking up and says that he's Dean so he can protect Dean. Chrissy was thrown into the field and has been hiding ever since. And then we have Bailey and Dean and Eric, and they all get into the vehicle with Sheriff Hoyt and head to the Hewitt residence. And Eric and Dean are hung up in the barn while Bailey is brought inside and is handcuffed to like the kitchen table. And that's where I'm going to leave the synopsis. And I think that the very first thing that I want to get right out of the way is, why was this movie made? Who was the person that was like, I just really want to see how Sheriff Hoyt got to be sheriff. And I just really want to see how Uncle Marty lost his legs. And I think that the actual one that would have been a good question to be answered was, how did Leatherface get his chainsaw? But the whole point of this movie, it was a why. Why did this need to happen? And it was kind of clear that it's kind of a cash grab, but it also came out 3 years after the remake. So it's like, what are you doing? I will say that I think one of the big bright spots in this movie is Matt Bomer. He just has a really great look And I think that he is a really good actor in this, and there's one scene in particular where he's in the barn and he's got blood dripping down his face, and he just has such piercing blue eyes. It's kind of crazy. But overall, I think that all of his scenes are really good, and I think that he's probably the best part of this movie. And getting to one of the worst parts of this movie is our final girl. And our final girl is Chrissy. She spends probably 75 to 80% of this movie hiding. She really doesn't deserve the title of final girl, but that is what she is. I mean, I think that what happens to her at the end of the movie may redeem that a little bit, but for the whole idea of the final girl, she's pretty bad. Now, I do want to mention that I think that there could have been a good prequel to the 2003 remake. I think that that prequel should have been with the, I don't remember if she has a name, but with the girl from the van that ends up dying in the van. When the group of friends picks her up and she's like, no, you need to turn around, you're going the wrong way. I think that if we had followed like her origin story, I think that that could have been good. But I think that this is just really far removed, and just, I don't think anybody really asked for it. And so let's give my rating for this movie. I rate this movie a 2 out of 5 stars. I think that it could be kind of fun. It is definitely like really torture heavy and gore heavy, so I think that it could appeal to some horror fans just on those alone, but I do think that the story is really, really lacking, and it's just a whole lot of why did you do this? Really. So I think that's about it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning, if you've seen it, and whether or not you liked it or you didn't like it, and why. And remember, if you're not already subscribed and you'd like to be, please hit that subscribe button down below and give this video a like if you liked it. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day. Bye.